my hearing, anyway, is not quite as good as it was. John maintains that his hearing is immaculate, but if you stand behind him and have a conversation, he doesn't reply. Hello, John, how you going? Good to see you again. And he sort of turn around and go, oh!
You didn't ask me how I spend my money. You asked them how they spend
their
money.
You bought an island, did you?
I'm not going to tell you now. Women, booze, jewellery, and the rest I spend foolishly.
I've got rehearsals.
Pardon?
I've got a cast rehearsals.
Oh,
I got rehearsals. I've got my script here, my lines.
So look, I'll learn my lines. You guys carry on. Henry IV.
Do you want to go now? I mean,
Henry IV, Pirandello, opening in London, May.
Yes, yes. Now, Pete, I'm sure you'll understand what I mean when I say one of your old habits got you into trouble in the tour, didn't it? Do you know what I mean by that?
Arm swinging.
Yes.
I've got so many old habits.
No. Tell us what happened.
Unlike him up there, I don't constantly go on about them. I was swinging my arm in the time-honoured fashion. I said I wouldn't do it because what I said was before the tour, I said I won't do any of the things that I used to do, none of them. And then, you know, if I did do something, then it would be a special treat. I'm amazed that anybody came. I really am amazed that anybody came, but there they all were. And if I swung my arm like this, they'd go, yeah, he's done it! Once, he did it once, just for me, because I was there. Anyway, I got really into it and found that it was... But I'd forgotten that I'd evolved, and instead of using the basic guitar, I'd got a guitar with a Wago arm on it, a whammy bar, tremolo arm. And one day I was swinging away and won't get forward, and won't get forward again! Like that.
Done it again.
Picked up my guitar and I put it, the whammy bar, right the way through and out the other side, and it was kind of hanging there. And I pulled it out and I tried to move my hand, and my hand was kind of frozen, and I thought I'd buggered it up for life. And I thought, of all the things I won't be able to do with my right hand. And the first one I thought, well, maybe that's not such a problem. But
writing.
Typing, writing, and various other things. And I went into deep, deep shock, and I thought, why did I do it? Why did I agree to come on this tour? Why am I bothering to celebrate? Well, this celebration has led to me impaling myself. It's not what my audience wants. They don't want me to hurt myself. And I ran back, and the guy, the medic there, quickly went over my hands, and he said, your hand's fine. And
it's got a hole through it.
So, and it's had a hole through it, which they dealt with, but I was just lucky. I missed a critical nerve, which runs apparently across the fingers to those three there, and I just missed it by micro inches, and I was okay.
Talking of old habits, you have a fairly new child.
That's right, yeah. Which is why I'm looking so bleary.
It's lovely, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great.
It's
It's great. He's 3.5 months.
Wow.
Joseph, he's called. He's really great. We're great to have around.
Richard, you're balmy about the latest in your family.
I am. I just want you to know that I want to interject for a second. This show is legendary already because I have now can admit a boast of being on a talk show in which I did not use the bad language.
And they were warning me upstairs. Whatever you do, don't say it. And you said it twice. Who told you it was bad? Oh, they told me upstairs, be careful, don't, for God. I said, I promise you I'll be careful.
I work for a literary publisher. The F word is now not bad anymore.
Isn't it?
You can't say bugger.
Oh, what a pity. One of my favourites.
You say the other. They can beep it anyway. They can beep it.
But in any case, just in case you are thinking of searching your brains for a really nasty one, I know... I know...
It's my favourite.
It's probably better coming out of his mouth than mine, sorry.
Well, the accent is different, that's all. But you have got to go to rehearsals. I know you're itching to
I've got a car...
So,
to bugger off.
Well, to leave. Richard Harris, thank you very much. Welcome back. And yes, The Who are going to play again before this night is over. But first, a reminder of the way things were.
Off stage, the group get on terribly badly. There's a lot of despite and things which flash around. The singer's a shepherd's bush geezer who wants everything to be a big laugh, and when it isn't, you know, he thinks something's going wrong, terribly wrong. The drummer is a sort of completely different person to anyone else I've ever met. The bass player just doesn't seem to be interested in anything, you know, which makes it all very difficult.
Well, John and Roger, there didn't seem to be a lot of respect there. Would you like to have your say about that?
What is there to say?
It was true at the time, actually.
That's what people wanted at the time. They wanted a group who hated one another, and we fit the bill.
Well, then, John, as you're in between, you're literally in the middle here, and you were at the time, what happened between these two was not just tiffs. I mean, we're talking about serious punch-ups, aren't we?
There were quite a few punches, though. I mean,
Once.
Once, yeah.
Once it was over instantly.
Well, you were unconscious.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember it.
I lost my memory for 14 hours.
How did you find Keith Moon?
How did we find him?
Yeah.
He found us.
He found us, yeah. Chemistry just gelled from then on, didn't it?
We, on the tour, we kept on feeling his presence. And there's this pigeon in the studio.
And you think this might be...
This could be shades of Keith Moon.
Well, he's got his back to us.
Yeah, he's got his back to us. Yeah, the jokes aren't good enough. No, it's quite strange, because it's... You know how, when you miss somebody really badly, you tend to kind of invoke their presence. That's what we were doing. We were kind of invoking his presence. We talked... And then we found that the best thing to do was to deal with it directly, to talk about him to the audience. And then it was OK after that. But then the first concert, Roger came off afterwards and was spreading this story about actually having felt that he'd been touched, physically touched by somebody. And I looked round and there was nobody within yards.
Did you feel that?
Yeah, we were doing the end of Tommy, which is a piece of music, and it's See Me, Feel Me, Touch Me, Heal Me. And I always sing it with my eyes shut. And...
Where did he touch you?
Well, it was strange. It's happened a lot in our career. The fans run on stage and they kind of get hold of you. That's happened a lot in our career. Anyway, I was singing this song, See Me, Feel Me, Touch Me, Heal Me. And I had my eyes shut. Someone came up and did that to me, like that, and it went. Anyway, there was no one there this night, and it bothered me for about 3 days. And we did about 4 shows. And I actually asked my manager, I said, look, this has been bugging me, but when we were performing on the first show in Glen Falls in New York, did anybody come on stage and get hold of me when we were singing See Me, Feel Me? And he said, no. But I tell you, there was someone there, and they gave me a couple. And it was the weirdest experience I've ever had in my life.
He obviously doesn't get enough cuddles. Phantom cuddles.
It was wonderful. It was wonderful. I mean, who it was or what it was, I don't know, but it was definitely something.
John, you had a reputation of being the solid, reliable hub of the group, and yet you shared the room with Keith, didn't you?
I was the only one that could put up with him.
To like it.
Yeah, I used to like him as well.
Encourage it.
Yeah, kind of.
I know you're writing a book about it. Can you recall the merriest romp that you and he had?
There was once when we were in Jackson, Mississippi, which isn't really the place to get up to anything in. And we were particularly angry with this motel because there was no room service and the people had been rude and we'd been insulted in the lifts and truck drivers were chasing us around the car park. And
It used to happen.
Keith had a bunch of cherry bombs, which are like little red pieces of dynamite with a green fuse.
Just happened to happen.
So he said, let's do something to the hotel. I hate this place. So I said, well,
Poor hotel.
if we light a cherry bomb and put it down the toilet and flush the chain, it'll go along the pipes and blow up the local sewer. So you think, yeah, then we won't get blamed for the damage a mile away. So
Imagine how hatred makes people's brains stop working.
we went into the bathroom and I stood ready to flush the toilet. Keith lit the bomb and threw it, and then we watched it spinning round, and it didn't go anywhere. So I looked at him, and he looked at me, and we just ran. Slammed the door. And ridiculous explosion, and it sounded like powder